Good afternoon. This is Akashvani and I am Valsa Williams with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi reiterates his government's priority of providing dignified life to villagers. Inaugurates 6-day Grameen Bharat Mahotsav at Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi. India's rural poverty declines to 4.86% in last fiscal compared to 25.7% in 2011-12, says SBI report. BJP announces its first list of 29 candidates for Delhi Assembly elections. Prakash Utsav marking 358th birth anniversary of Guru Gobind Singh Ji begins in Patna. Severe cold wave persists in North India. IMD forecasts dense fog during night hours today. And in the final test of Border Gavaskar Trophy, India were 141 for 6 at stumps on day 2 with a 145-run lead over Australia at Sydney. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today emphasized the government's vision to empower rural India by transforming villages into vibrant centres of growth and opportunity. The Prime Minister highlighted that since 2014, the government has been continuously serving rural India with the priority of providing a dignified life to the people of the villages. The Prime Minister said this while addressing the gathering after inaugurating Grameen Bharat Mahotsav, which is being held at Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi from the 4th to the 9th of January. The theme of this Mahotsav is Building a Resilient Rural India for a Viksit Bharat 2047.
गांव के लोगों को गरिमापूर्ण जीवन देना ये मेरी सरकार की प्राथमिकता है। हमारा विजन है भारत के गांव के लोग सशक्त बने, उन्हें गांव में ही आगे बढ़ने के ज्यादा से ज्यादा अवसर मिले, उन्हें पलायन ना करना पड़े, गांव के लोगों का जीवन आसान हो और इसलिए हमने गांव-गांव में मूलभूत सुविधाओं की गारंटी का अभियान चलाया।
The Prime Minister said his government's intentions, policies and decisions are filling rural India with new energy, announcing that Union Cabinet has approved continuation of the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana for one more year. The Prime Minister mentioned Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi PM Kisan, making rural societies self-sufficient. He said so far financial assistance of 3 lakh crore rupees has been given to farmers under this scheme. Mr. Modi said over the past decade, the amount of agricultural loans has also been enhanced 3.5 times and MSP has been consistently increased on various crops.
हमारा मकसद है कि गांव के लोगों को गांव में ही ज्यादा से ज्यादा आर्थिक मदद मिले, खेती भी कर पाए, रोजगार स्वरोजगार के नए मौके भी बने। इसी सोच के साथ पीएम किसान सम्मान निधि से किसानों को करीब 3 लाख करोड़ रुपए की आर्थिक मदद दी गई है।
Mr. Modi said the government's endeavours, including Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, PM Awas Yojana, Jal Jeevan Mission, are all aimed at the benefit and development of rural areas. He noted that clean drinking water is reaching every household in lakhs of villages. Today, people are getting better health services through more than 1.5 lakh Ayushman Arogya Mandirs.
साथियों, आज 1.5 लाख से ज्यादा आयुष्मान आरोग्य मंदिरों में लोगों को स्वास्थ्य सेवाओं के बेहतर विकल्प मिल रहे हैं। हमने डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी की मदद से देश के बेस्ट डॉक्टर्स और हॉस्पिटल को भी गांवों से जोड़ा है, टेलीमेडिसिन का लाभ लिया है। ग्रामीण इलाकों में करोड़ों लोग ई संजीवनी के माध्यम से टेलीमेडिसिन का लाभ उठा चुके हैं।
The Prime Minister said that at the beginning of 2025, this grand event of Grameen Bharat Mahotsav is marking India's development journey. He added that it is creating a new identity for the country. He also congratulated NABARD and other colleagues for organizing this event. On the occasion, the Prime Minister also interacted with the artisans at Mahotsav. This Mahotsav aims to enhance rural infrastructure, create self-reliant economies and foster innovation within rural communities. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman and Minister of State for Finance Pankaj Chaudhary were also present at the event. Addressing the event, Finance Minister Sitharaman said that under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, several schemes are being implemented for the welfare and economic empowerment of the poor, farmers, youth and women.
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी, आपके डायरेक्शन को लेकर के हम ग्रामीण क्षेत्र उन्नति के लिए काम कर रहे हैं। आप 4 वर्ग बोल रहे हैं, गरीब, युवा, किसान और नारी। उनके आर्थिक प्रगति के लिए आपने बहुत काम कर रहे हैं।
India's rural poverty has declined significantly to 4.86% in the financial year 2023-24 compared to 25.7% in 2011-12, according to the State Bank of India's research on the Consumption Expenditure Survey. Over the last 12 years, urban poverty has fallen to 4.09% from 13.7%. The SBI's research highlighted that the sharp decline in the rural poverty ratio is due to higher consumption growth in the lowest 0 to 5% decile, along with significant government support. Union Home Minister Amit Shah today recalled the significant contributions made by the late former External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj, hailing her as one of the greatest leaders of the party. He said this while addressing the inaugural event of the new Working Women's Hostel block at Sushma Bhavan and the Veterinary Centre in New Delhi. Mr. Shah highlighted that Sushma Swaraj was one of the leaders who served as a minister, holding important portfolios during both NDA 1 and NDA 2 tenures. He added that she will not be remembered merely as a minister, but as a leader of the opposition.
सुषमा जी ने पूरे देश भर में महिला सशक्तिकरण के लिए एक आहलेख जगाई। भारतीय जनता पार्टी के सिद्धांतों, भारतीय जनता पार्टी की नीतियों को लोकप्रिय करने में उनकी एक बड़ी भूमिका रही और मोदी जी की सरकार में विदेश मंत्री के नाते जनता की तकलीफों को समझने वाला विदेश मंत्री कैसा हो सकता है, इसका एक उत्कृष्ट और जीवंत उदाहरण भी उन्होंने बनाने का काम किया।
BJP has fielded former party MP Parvesh Verma from New Delhi Assembly seat against AAP convener Arvind Kejriwal, while party leader Ramesh Bidhuri will fight from Kalkaji seat against Delhi Chief Minister Atishi. The party today released its first list of 29 candidates for the Delhi Assembly polls. Former Delhi BJP chief Satish Upadhyay will fight from Malviya Nagar Assembly seat, and former AAP leader Kailash Gehlot, who has recently joined the BJP, will contest from Bijwasan seat. Arvinder Singh Lovely will be the BJP candidate from Gandhinagar seat, and BJP leader Manjinder Singh Sirsa has been given ticket from Rajouri Garden Assembly constituency. Vijender Gupta will try his political fate from Rohini Assembly seat. The BJP today accused the Aam Aadmi Party of pushing the national capital into a financial deficit. Addressing the media in New Delhi, BJP spokesperson Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi alleged that after the Aam Aadmi Party came to power, Delhi's finances have been ruined. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our X handle at AIR News Alerts. And for details of stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and download News on AIR app. Welcome back to the midday news. In Bihar, the 3-day-long celebration of Prakash Utsav to mark the 358th birth anniversary of the 10th and last Sikh Guru, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, began at Takht Shri Harmandir Sahib in Patna city today. The Takht Shri Harmandir Sahib is the birthplace of the founder of the Khalsa Panth, Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. A big Prabhat Pheri or morning procession was taken out from Takht Shri Harmandir Sahib, which passed through Guru Ka Bagh and Patna Sahib station, several other places of Patna city area, before concluding at Takht Sahib. More from our correspondent.
Thousands of Sikh devotees from different parts of the country and abroad reached Patna Sahib to attend Prakash Parv of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj at Patna city. The main celebrations are being organized at the birthplace of Guru Maharaj, Takht Harimandir Sahib, Gurudwara. Large number of devotees are offering ardas since morning. The surrounding is reverberating with holy verses of Gurbani and hymns in respect of Guru Maharaj. Today at 9 p.m. a big Kavi Darbar will be held to mark the respect to Dasmesh Guru. Dharmendra Kumar Rai, Akashvani News, Patna.
In Punjab's Amritsar, Shiromani Gurudwara Prabandhak Committee SGPC took out a Nagar Kirtan dedicated to Shri Guru Gobind Singh Ji within the precincts of Shri Harmandir Sahib. It was led by Panj Pyaras, and after making a parikrama of the Darbar Sahib, it ended at the Akal Takht. Despite severe cold, a large number of devotees participated in it. On behalf of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, a chadar was offered at the Dargah of Sufi Saint Khwaja Moinuddin Hasan Chishti in Ajmer today. Union Minister for Minority Affairs Kiran Rijiju offered the chadar at the Dargah Sharif on the occasion of the 813th Urs. Along with this, he prayed for peace and brotherhood in the country. On the occasion, Mr. Rijiju read the Prime Minister's message from the Buland Darwaza. The Prime Minister has said in his message that Khwaja Sahib left an indelible mark on the whole world with his welfare ideas. People all over the world have deep faith in the Sufi saint who spread love and harmony all over the world.
हम आज यहाँ ख्वाजा मोइनुद्दीन चिश्ती अजमेर दरगाह में आने का सौभाग्य प्राप्त हुआ है। हमने दुआ मांगा है अमन चैन के लिए, और अजमेर दरगाह से जो संदेश है ये पूरा दुनिया में जाता है। आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का चादर के साथ साथ मोदी जी का जो संदेश पत्र को हमने पढ़ा है, और प्रधानमंत्री जी ने संदेश में हमारे जो इस दरगाह से जो संदेश दुनिया में जाता है उसको कायम रखने के लिए एकजुट होकर के पूरा हमारा हिंदुस्तान देश भाईचारा के साथ हर एक पंथ हर एक धर्म एक साथ देश के लिए, समाज के लिए, विश्व शांति के लिए काम करेंगे।
After this, Mr. Rijiju launched the Dargah web portal and Garib Nawaz app also for the pilgrims. Live streaming of the events of the Dargah can be seen through this web portal. Along with this, a virtual tour of the Dargah can also be done. Severe cold wave conditions and dense fog have disrupted normal life in various parts of northern India. A dense fog blanketed the region in the early hours today, reducing visibility to zero in several areas and disrupting flight and train operations. The Meteorological Department has forecast cold day conditions in isolated pockets of East Uttar Pradesh today. Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, North Rajasthan, North Madhya Pradesh, Sub-Himalayan West Bengal and Sikkim can experience dense fog in the night hours today. The Weather Office said there will be no significant change in minimum temperatures over eastern western India during the next 4 days. In Bihar, normal life has been thrown out of gear due to severe cold conditions in many parts of the state. Cold day conditions are prevailing in Patna, Begusarai, Gaya, Aurangabad, Kaimur, Buxar and several other districts. Chhapra was the coldest place in the last 24 hours, recording a minimum temperature of 7.3 degrees Celsius. World Braille Day is being observed today. The day is observed annually to raise awareness about the importance of Braille as a means of communication for blind and partially sighted people. To commemorate the day, the National Federation of the Blind organized an event in New Delhi today. In cricket, India were 141 for 6 in their second innings against Australia at Stumps on day 2 of the decisive fifth and final test match of the Border Gavaskar Trophy in Sydney. The visitors have taken a lead of 145 runs. Ravindra Jadeja and Washington Sundar were at the crease when stumps were drawn. Earlier, Rishabh Pant smashed a quick 61 off 33 balls, recording the second fastest 50 by an Indian in Test cricket. This is also the fastest Test 50 by a visiting batter on Australian soil. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi reiterates his government's priority of providing dignified life to villagers, inaugurates 6-day Gramin Bharat Mahotsav and Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi. India's rural poverty declines to 4.86% in the last fiscal compared to 25.7% in 2011-12, says SBI report. BJP announces its first list of 29 candidates for Delhi Assembly elections. Prakash Utsav marking 358th birth anniversary of Guru Gobind Singh Ji begins in Patna. Severe cold wave persists in North India. IMD forecasts dense fog during night hours today. And in final test of Border Gavaskar Trophy, India were 141 for 6 at stumps on day 2 with a 145-run lead over Australia at Sydney. And